What's up, guys? Hope you're enjoying our Vinland Saga reaction. If you guys want to get early and uncut access, just hit us up on our Patreon or hit us with that like and that subscribe, and thanks a lot for watching. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is me, Sean Tank Top. I'm over here at Casa Tank Top, hanging out with my very good friends Dustin and Morgan Drace over there. Hey, Drace, how you doing over there, Draces?
Oh, I'm elated.
Are you?
Love village murder.
Loving that slow, artful murder, like and just the cascading axes into the fucking heads and faces of all these Christians over there.
You know how I feel about children, so
sure. Yeah,
Wow.
like
listen, put him in a hole.
Yeah, he refuses to go to therapy, and so it's just not gonna. It's like you just talked about it a lot. So I mean, like, no, it is like it was wild. It was a wild episode. Yeah, it was so dark, and like we're talking about Vinland Saga right now, of course. Yeah. Obviously, we're talking about children murder, talking about axes going into the children's faces. It's got to be
anything, really. I mean, it could be a lot of things.
There's a fair amount of shows, but it whittles it down. It was super heavy, crazy stuff over there. We're talking about Vinland Saga. We just got done with episode 14. We are on episode 15 right now. It was a poetic and beautiful, but pretty harrowing and rough episode. I mean, like, and also felt like an origin story for Anne.
Yeah. Because now she has that ring, so we can time jump. Like, she could show up a season later.
Yo, we do a big time jump. She's very different, but you see the ring, and
but you see the ring, and you know it's who it is. And I'm like,
yeah. Okay, enough. Whether or not we immediately pick up with her within the continuum of the narrative and of the story, or we leave it alone, she doesn't come back for, like, you know, maybe a whole season or something like that. But we see that hair and we see that ring, like, but I do feel like like a character, a player in this story has been activated. Ready to jump into it? You guys are ready to watch this episode?
Yes.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Right, we appreciate you guys very much for hanging out with us as we go through Vinland Saga. We are on season 1. We're on episode 15 at the moment, but if you guys want to get early and uncut access to the next episode, 16, you guys want to get it right now, you guys can do that by becoming a part of the Patreon. The link's in the top in comments in the description below. Click that, head on over, hit us up at the $5 tune tier, and that gets you early and uncut access to the next episode of Vinland Saga.
He's gonna cut his nose off. Not his nose. Oh my god.
Wow. Oh my god. Even the horse is getting that out.
The horse, like, they killed my best friends.
Thorfinn!
His favorite.
It's his best bud.
Get you a man that looks at you like that.
So we hope you guys consider doing that, but if you can't do that and you still want to help us out, you can hit us with a like, subscribe, ring the bell thingy, because that shit always helps. It never fucking hurts. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. Look how cool all these guys on these motorcycles are.
Humiliating. Oh no, now what? No, not another freaking thing.
Canute wa shinda ka?
Not another concubine.
Oh,
he's
a gross, lecherous king. He looks like young Immortan Joe. He's like covered in like pockmarks and boils and shit.
And he's like, no way he'd survive.
You think
he's lying to him? Or?
I'm sure there's a sense that
He'd
get rid of the hair, and this guy
Mm-hmm.
does not look like he's in very good health. He's got crazy scars everywhere and shit. Like,
he's very, Viserys coded.
Harold.
Harry the Heir. Well, in Song of Ice and Fire, they have like Harry. There's a character, Harry the Heir.
Yeah, is that right? Okay, sick.
It might be like it's in like George's released Winds of Winter.
Okay.
I don't know if it's actually in the. I can't remember. Yeah, why can't he be cool like Harold? He made it to White Castle.
Wrong kid, Dad. There. Oh, we catch up with a little guy. Okay, here we go. After Yule, is it after Christmas? Roasted. I'm going roasted all the way. I don't want no boiled meat.
No, they're weird.
Look at these plates. Holy fuck. Can't put the prince on a pedestal.
That's your problem. That's the first mistake.
Don't never put the princey on a pedestal.
Oi! そこのイングランド娘。ビール、樽で持ってきて。これじゃ略奪と大差ないっすよ。
I mean, are they paying? Probably
Tip
not.
like shit.
戦争が下火になると、そうやってまた火種を探す。あれよ、この野郎。
Yeah, he can't handle peace.
戦士は戦場にいて
He's
こ
gonna
そ戦士だ
flip。sides again.
Yes.
So let me go find them and help them out.
Right. I'll go help him
そ
out.
れに
It's all
関しち
good.
ゃ。悪い予感ってのはどうしてこう当たるのか。
He's like just pissed that the war's gonna be over.
世界中がずーっと喧嘩してたらいいの
Well,
に
guess what? I got some good news for you, buddy.
So,
I got some
let
great
me tell you
news.
something.
He like wants to be Wolverine. Like he wants to just fight in every fucking war.
ここにいることを宣伝しねえで済む。
あいつらをなんとかしろよ。どっから見ても農民には見えねえぞ。あいつらなんかあるたびに許しをこわにゃなんないのか。めんどくせえ。
あなたが良きものも悪しきものも等しく愛されるというのなら、何のために無力な私たちを。
Because it's a stupid cosmic like fucking cocktail to put all of that onerous onto us to make us the center of the universe. It doesn't make any sense.
私はあなたの愛を。
We're all just zeros and ones in the algorithm, kid.
Yeah.
Ah!
All right.
He's like, finally.
父を疑うだと。
Ooh, he's like, blasphemy does not stand in this house.
そなたそれでもキリスト教徒か。恐れを知るがいい。我らが父の愛を疑うことなどあってはなら
You
ぬ。
better not doubt my father's love. He loves me.
No, because their whole idea of them being like of
Yep.
monarchy is based on that. If you fuck with that at all, then that crumbles. Then his shit crumbles.
Yeah, because if he's questioning the love of God, he's like, that's
No,
like,
because you are ordained by God to be the ruler. Like
well, I'm thinking it's also like he's also been kind of probably his whole life questioning his own father. And he knows his father doesn't love him. But he's like, no, all fathers love their children. And it's like, kid, you know your dad don't love you.
生き残った村民の話によると、敵兵はおおよそ100から
Yeah, there
Oh, there
she
she
is.
is. Yeah,
Oh,
you
you think
snitch.
that's her?
Snitch.
っておるそうですが、ここは不明とどろくトルケル閣下にもぜひ。
He's like fighting.
その位置に単独行動のデンジン部隊など、そういくつもねえだろう
He's
よ。
like, yeah, who we fighting?
All right, here we go.
十中八九。
He's like,
Yes.
he's like, sounds gay, I'm in.
Get in, losers. We're going gang.
Moita some kids.
頼むぜ。
Oh dear.
They thought they were getting him out of here.
うまくすると、まだまだ楽しめるかもな。
Give us a bunch of missiles. Pack them up. Enough to nuke the entire world. This is gonna be fun.
耳。
Ooh, he's pissing.
さあな、50か100か、林伝いに東。
Those are quite a mighty streams.
Yeah,
They
man,
keep going.
どっかでヘマしたな。
Guys.
どうだかな。
You got 3 Tom Hankses from
How
League
like
of
should
Their
I
Own.
know, I should get a top.
Also, just
Holy
from that vantage point, for us to register it, their
昨日3代目にかかったとこ
like
だ。
their piss streams would have to be as big as this can.
Back then, a man had a wide pee hole.
イングランド軍にここがバレた。え、バレた
And they say about those Danes and those pirates, the biggest fucking piss slits and
急がねえと
fucking.
大切な機会を失う。
Girthy, you know?
Yeah, just the widest piss slits in fucking all fucking Europe.
いい機会だ。ついでにあれ、やるぞ。
Uh-oh, what is it?
Do we know what we discussed?
Maybe killing the father figure of the prince, where they were like, baby bird needs to leave the
Oh,
nest.
yeah, because he's kind of annoying and stuff.
うまそうなウサギだな。お前が取ったのか。
Did they poison it? Oh no.
一人で食う肉だけの飯は良くないぞ。野菜と一緒に煮込め。そのウサギは
Helicopter parent, for sure.
Yeah, he's like, you need all your vitamins.
I mean, he's not wrong, but you know.
どうせどこかでかまどを借り
But
るんじゃ
also,
ろ。
he noticed the good
Oi, oi.
effect that he had on the prince,
Yeah,
and he's
so
like,
yeah.
the
he wants to
prince
keep
needs
linking him up, you know.
a pal. I
そら
like your
豆とキャベツ
effect
とウ
on
サギ
him.
です。
ウサギ
Play date.
はい。
Oh, play date. We have to socialize this prince. Oh, what the hell?
Is this a?
That looks like a like.
Is this? I just had just a meal just up in my back. In the back, I'm like, is this a bitch? It looks like a gal. It really does.
That was like a,
粗末な食材の割にはなかなか。
Canute?
could just be a fancy lad.
どうした？遠慮するな。そなたの
Even though we are
Fucking
highlighting
with me.
pissing, like these are standing up with wieners and shit. You know what I mean?
貴族ってのは食うばかりだと思ってたぜ。
趣味だ。普段は作らぬし。
I consider myself a bit of a foodie.
昔にタラの料理を作った時
One
な。
time ago, I wanted to be a chef.
良い出来だ
My
った
dad
の
wouldn't
で
let me.
父親陛下に持って行った
Oh
ことがあ
no! And he's like,
He's
you're
definitely
cooking your own
he's
cod
definitely
like a
reading his
poor. Oh no! Smack!
る。だが陛下は召し上がるどころか激しくお怒りになった。
We don't do honest work. We do dishonest work.
料理
Whenever
な
they
どする
cut
ことになっ
back
てい
to
る。
him, I mean, it is a story that he's telling, and they could just be going with like what he's literally telling them or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
just those tassels.
Do you
like,
think that he
あの頃は
disguised because they never like really paid attention to all the children? He disguised her as a boy.
especially with the ponytail and the little ribbon in the back, it's
まだ
really
作ったことがないな。
I mean, it's
people are gonna be in the comments. I don't know how the fuck you guys could think that there could possibly be any other gender other than male. Ooh, ooh!
I love that.
Fucking killer! It's so sick.
So
敵
good.
に見つかったっす。東の森で戦闘
They're
が
probably
始まり
gonna
ました。
again. They're probably gonna kill this conehead motherfucker, and he's gonna be like, just take care of Canute.
この後に及んでまだ敵地を進むと抜かすか。アシェラッド連れてこい。
I mean, either that or get completely surrounded. You gotta kind of move. I mean, like it sucks,
話があ
but
るならご自分で出向けばいいんじゃないですか？
Oh,
案内しますよ。
they're separating these guys.
walking him out to the fucking woods,
己の月の運
This
を
is
見定
giving.
め
like
られて
Miller's Crossing or some
何が乗る
shit.
と
Like
せんすか。
Jesus.
This is Andrea.
おい
Where is everybody?
時の声はあっちから聞こえるぞ。
You ain't going to
Oh,
the
you're fucking
battle.
done,
You're
dude. You're
fucking
fucking-
done.
you're
You're cooked. Yeah, he's cooked.
It's like that rabbit.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Who did it? Oh, God.
Waiting for him.
すまねえな。こんがりや
Sorry,
だな。
Conan.
アシュラットの命令なんでね。
Oh.
They're treating this guy like he's mad fucking dangerous. I mean, we've never really seen him in a battle before. Maybe he's a bad motherfucker. We don't know.
He might have a chance if the little murder kid, if Thorfinn followed, because he was suspicious.
その遺言
Oh, he's there. He just needed to show himself.
人払いしますか。
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting.
あの腰抜け王子をよくぞ今日まで生かしてくださった。そして貴殿の死がさらなる成長を促すでしょう。
It was just a learning lesson
お
for
役
him.
目は
I'm gonna make a man out
イ
of
ング
him.
ランド不足なくわしの後を引き継ぎ
You
ク
have
ヌ
an
ート殿下を
you have an heir. I mean, that's super valuable.
ゲインズバラに着く前に心構えをしておき。クヌート殿下は一方の派閥の
Oh damn.
旗頭にされておる。クヌート様の兄君のハラルド様だ。
I mean, that's
関心どもの勝手な勢力争いだ。そして王陛下は
I thought they were kind of talking about Harold like he was sort of
I
dead.
thought
or
so
something
too,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, but
おそらく一つの決断を内心に下された。
or maybe like Harold's like the second born or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a hot D like you know.
どちらかを
oh.
スベン王が王子を
Whoa, he was gonna get him fucking ice there. Shit.
Ah.
So then you get the second born take over and you don't have to fucking
It's very
upend
Samuel
some
Tar.
shit.
Yeah, it's very.
真の敵は今や父上のスベン王陛下。
He's like, that prince is a useless, unless the other brother dies. Askeladd needs to make that other brother die.
早めに言ってくれよ。そういうことはよ。
No.
一目殿下にお別れや。ダメだ。一緒に鶏料理でも
No.
王陛下も喜んでください。
Wow.
That was a good dad.
Great death scene. Great death scene.
That was a good dad.
He's the conehead who stepped up.
Because I'm not take back everything. Yeah. I take back every bad thing I ever said about that guy.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
We talked so much shit on him.
He's a hyper-religious fucking like freaking out, and he's just annoying all the time. In a helicopter, he meet.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things like when you have overbearing parents, they meet like. It means well, but it's usually informed by a very traumatic, like, kind of set of circumstances that kind of, or just learned that creates that, and that creates that overprotective kind of element. You know what I mean? Like, and
this little boy.
But he like supported his hobby.
Yeah.
And was like, "You're doing great."
Oh, totally.
And
Yeah.
then-
But maybe a little too much that made him a target to his dad. You know what I mean? Like, and
the
all
real
that other
king.
shit.
Even if the other king doesn't think so, you're the king of my heart.
It was
Askeladd's got to kill the other brother, and then be like, you got one left." And
I mean,
got him.
you know who's real quick and fast and stealthy with
Thorfinn's got to go kill that brother.
And Thorfinn can kind of, and I think that they'll become homies over the course of however long, however much of the story.
My brother.
Oh no, that prince would never like order that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "That's not right. That's my family." But it's got to happen.
Yep.
Or
You
some
can't-
version, or
you
some,
can't have a- you
some
can't have a-
version of that, you know.
Brick shithouse of a younger brother. And like expect them to like back you, like you're gonna get dead real quick.
Yeah.
It's a Samuel Tarly Dickon thing.
Yeah.
He's like, take the black.
You brought him up earlier. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's like
very
take
much
the
like,
black because I need the fucking quarterback.
at the slightest, at the tiniest slight, he goes like, you spilled your fucking chicken broth at fucking like at lunch or whatever it is. I'm sending you to the wall. Go fuck.
That's why I got to get rid of my brother Nico.
Why?
Because he's more famous than me.
Oh.
Because he's a reality star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a usurper. I'm the heir to the throne.
You gotta get those Instagram ad deals.
I know, he gets free Topo for life,
Free
man.
Topo for life.
He has a Topo Chico sponsorship.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. That's sick.
Just send him pallets.
Yeah, you get that F-Boy Island.
Never been more
You get that
jealous.
F-Boy Island hookup, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got you. I mean, like, well, I think great episode, great scene.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Like,
Askeladd's still a dick. He's just such a jerk.
well, no, I mean, like, and I mean, like, and I'm not like siding with him, but he's just like,
that
but
kid needs to grow up. I'm gonna kill his
like
dad.
learning
right,
lessons.
but he's also just like, he's like, no, I'm not gonna bring him over here and fucking, I'm gonna tell him that something else happened to you. You fucking crazy? Like, what am I? Like,
I'm
stupid?
Your dad
like,
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
How many,
I mean, like,
how many kids does this guy want?
He just is like
So many more
he's
he
picking
likes
him up. You know what I
mothering.
mean? Like,
He really does.
yeah. I mean, again, he is the ultimate. That's the fucked up thing about Askeladd is that he is the ultimate pragmatist. So much so that it makes him inhuman. In a certain sense. You know what I mean? Like,
But he has that aristocracy blood, so I mean it's in him.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
right.
there. That's his highborn side just popping
Or
off.
it's the shogun of it all, where he goes like, "Listen, all you motherfuckers got to fucking bite it, so I can ascend to the throne." You know what I mean? Like, it's just part of the plan of just how sick. Like, they're doing? They ordered seasons 2 and 3 of that show.
I saw that.
Crazy. I mean,
I'm
hope,
okay, I'm down for it. But
yeah, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Like, if they got some more shit to do.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, the history of Japan's fascinating, so it's like there's a lot, they can get into.
The springboard, I guess that story is basically just the book, but I think that one author had written a bunch of other things within that world, so I'm sure that they.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know if it was necessarily a continuation of that story, but there's more things to draw on from that author in that thing.
Okay.
What was it?
They're making more dinosaurs, basically. They're going back to the island.
They're going back to the island. Yeah. So we got a shogun. We got this time. We get to see a fully functional shogun. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. I mean, it was. That is the thing that people have been saying, and it is hilarious because it's so true. I mean, like, there was like a weird prequel. Everybody was just kind of going prequel crazy, or this whole thing like where. It was like, yeah, so you'll fucking sell me on like watching like, I don't know, like a Power Rangers like movie or show or something like that. And it's 8 episodes and we spend like 7 episodes like kind of culling together all of the various factions, and we don't get them in costume or like on camera until like the finale for 5 seconds, for 5 minutes or whatever. Or like even ballsier, it was a vision like in Madam Web, like you know what I mean, like amazing. But I don't know. I mean, like fantastic death scene, great bits of characterization. They are just like every time I look at Canute, and I'm like, you are a bitch, literally.
Yeah. It's weird.
Like you are like the gender is in question. Are they just trying to drive home like how
soft he is?
But I'm like, they have characters who are like bitches, but like not derogatory. What's the opposite of derogatory?
What,
complimentary. Using
that
as in the complimentary version of it, like his sister who's like, and like, you know, there's like a hardy village women.
No,
so
we can do that. We don't just like the show. Females are like femme characters are not just monoliths within this.
Yeah,
story.
and they're not like it's but yeah, it is very like. Is there going to be a gender reveal at some point?
And honestly,
y'all really concerned about that.
I know, but like okay,
no,
so
I mean,
in our world it doesn't matter, but in an aristocracy where it's like all of a sudden you go from being this very important linchpin to useless because women is useless
to a woman.
But it could be interesting because it's like all of a sudden all of your responsibility kind of goes away, and maybe like because you're pals with Thorfinn, you learn how to. Either you're the tactical, you're the Arwen, the Armin to his, Aaron, and it's like there could be a thing where it's like, I think
you're right.
Thorfinn is kind of an Aaron. He is all.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, no, I think that element is probably going to happen regardless of whether there is any
whatever the gender
reveal.
Is. That'd be so. I would almost be like, you're free, baby.
Or is it just because this show will take just very, very kind of subtly, but very seemingly extreme liberties with design to draw, to hammer home a point. Case in point, that Humpty Dumpty egg Frenchman fuck that we dealt with. We're just like everybody looks like a regular degular human for the most part. Like even if they're freakishly huge or whatever it is, but not this guy. You know what I mean?
Honestly, the kindest thing, for Canute, it's like, man, then you'd be free. You're not like a linchpin in a thing. You could just kind of
go be a chef.
Oh my God, go Ratatouille.
Hot pie it or something like that. Where it's like, yes, I'm a gal, and I'm a gal, and I'm gonna go do whatever. Even though would that be bad? It was like, yes, I can just cook and clean.
But also they don't.
If it's what they want to do, then we should support.
But there's also the thing: you cannot be the chef if you're a woman. You can cook and clean for your husband, but you can't be the chef.
For the husband, but like the
it's a thing.
But I guess it's just one of those, and what I meant by that whole very kind of like harsh and kind of, again, very subtly, but kind of it's very subtle in a certain way, but also extreme in another way of just visually drawing some people sometimes.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're just trying to and for fucking give us if we are like kind of
not my fault that Canute's pretty.
Pride and King Bradley, like you were just like, it's gonna be like this whole thing, and like we got a smidgen of kind of what we wanted, but not in the way that we were really fucking not in a way that we were really kind of going for or wondering, and so, or is it just to illustrate how much of a dainty fancy lad this kid is? You know what I mean? Like, I get so I don't know. It'll be interesting to kind of see how that goes. I mean, like, I'm fully prepared to accept either or, but there is just how they draw the character, the ponytail, the fucking bow coming before.
It's like we're not
It's you know what I mean. It's just so femme. You know what I mean? Like, and again, maybe it's just to draw contrast, and it's just to illustrate how not of this world of these guys this motherfucker is. You know what I mean? I am so 50-50. It could easily just be two of those things. But if they turn around and it's like, oh, born a chick and blah blah blah, whatever.
I'm feeling like, and also it could be like, I'm like, man, like that kid, they might be trans and they can be themselves alone with the father figure cooking with their like ponytail, and I'm like, I don't think the show would go there, but I'm like, it felt very like I'm myself here. No, it won't. But they're like, it felt very much like I'm myself here. I'm fully myself.
Yeah. Right.
I'm presenting how I want to present here.
Yeah, no, and in that stripe, I do think that is very true. I mean, like, I think it's just like this is. I mean, to let my hair down, I tie my hair up. Kind of thing. You know what I mean, in a certain sense.
Yeah.
Because you can't get hairs in the soup.
Nope.
No. Great death scene, impressive. We talk a lot of shit, and he was annoying early on, but you know, it was a great profile. It was a great it was a great profile of the character. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and kind of you sort of understood. They made it all make some kind of a sense. You know what I mean? As far as like how this guy, what has kind of driven this guy and make him tick and stuff, and it was like, and it was also kind of like cold and brutal. Can I see him? No. That's it. And any smart motherfucker who pulled what Askeladd pulled would say exactly that. You know what I mean? Like, but also again, there's a little this weird kind of like back and forth, like where he was like, yeah, what do you got? What do you say? I'll hear you. You know, and I believe, and not for reasons that it's because it's important to this guy, or because he gives a shit about keeping a promise, because that's we saw from one of his very first encounters and scenes with Thors.
He doesn't care.
He went back on it. If it means that it'll keep, but it is within his interest to keep this kid alive, to toughen this motherfucker up and legitimize him, and to use him in that way. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think that he will keep that promise, but maybe not for any type of honor, but for...
No, he needs to. It's what the only thing, that's the only leverage they got.
Yeah, exactly. We saw a little girl getting a bowl of soup or something like that. And
Bowl Brown.
Yeah.
And she's obviously the one that told him.
Yeah.
We'll see her again, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, or it would be silly to spend so much time, leave her alive, imbue us with all this iconography. Because as soon as we see that ring, we're going to know exactly who the fuck we're talking about. So,
yeah.
Like, the iconography is very strong. You know what I mean? And so I think that, so I'm assuming, but maybe just not yet. Great episode, honestly. Like, really good, really good, really strong, great writing, beautifully, like rendered and shit like that. So we're excited to rock this next episode. This episode 16 seems like what's his name? He's heading over. We're gonna have a dust up of some sort, or at least I feel it.
Oh, we're gonna drag this war out as long as
possible.
We gotta have a war.
Forever wars.
You just gotta argue with him on why your side will be the more fun fight. Fighting with us will be more fun than fighting with the other side. You just have to sell him on.
I think that's sort of what happened, because they were just like, yeah, I don't think we can win. And he's like, cool, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna turn the tide.
I'm
gonna single-handedly turn the tide of this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Askeladd needs to talk to Askeladd and be like, hey, here's it'll be way more fun over here, and it'll stretch the war out longer. Like,
plus, we got this really interesting secret king thing going on and stuff like that. It's like the ultimate underdog story, boss. Like you know, you can go for. And honestly, I feel like if there is absolutely a story thread that is wholly possible in this show, where they could pitch that and he goes for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely.
It's Askeladd being like, who has the better story than King Canute?
Yeah.
And people like stories.
The boy who cooks.
The boy who cooks. You know, King Canute, let him cook. That's a slogan. That's a slogan. You can fucking...
And he also has a very what's his name from JJK, himbo, like, kind of the guy. It's like, you know, what kind of women do you like?
Toto, best friendo.
He's got a big Toto energy specifically for thorfinn too. He's like, I love that guy. He cut off my fingers. This guy's great. Who the fuck else could say they did that shit?
Life.
I've been warring forever. Nobody's ever gotten these digits before. You know what I mean? So as hilarious as that kind of is a joke or whatever the fuck it is, like it's so possible. At least with that character.
I was dead serious. I'm like, with him, you just have to sell which one's
you
fun.
You just gotta sell it. You know what I mean?
Either like harder or more fun or more exciting.
Yeah, it's like a better fireside story if we
got more fights on our side.
Exactly. 100%.
Everyone's trying to kill us. Don't you want to fight off all the people?
Exactly. Totally. Everybody. So, I think it's going to be very interesting to kind of see what happens in episode 16. If you guys want to see what happens in episode 16, you're watching on YT right now, and you want to see if anything that we had to say has any merit, has any semblance of truth, and you guys want to check that shit out and see that before anybody else does, you can do that right now by becoming a part of the Patreon and just giving up just $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 is all it takes to get on to the Toon tier on the Patreon. Again, you get early and uncut access and backlogs of everything that we've done for Vinland Saga. Every week we make a drop on YT. You get the next episode completely full and uncut for anybody else in the world. And you continue to get that for a whole month. And also, all of the other shows that we're currently, like, rocking right now. You guys get again 2 to 4 drops, early bird drops a week, and plus everything else that we've done before that. So it's a lot of content over there for a pretty damn fair price. So we hope you guys consider doing that. But if you can't do that and you still want to help us out, again, hit us with a like and subscribe, ring the bell thingy, because that shit always helps. It never fucking hurts. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. We'll check y'all later.